This is a teardown of a Tellabs RASeries 4420U DST. Boy, I just can't speak today. I don't know what this does. Some sort of telco equipment. Does something. It's really old and outdated. As you can see, a lot of through-hole stuff. I don't think there's a single surface mount thing on this. Big transformers and some big transistors. TIP 30C, TIP 30C. And got some LM3403N chips. Don't know what those do. I want to guess op amps, but isn't an LM341 like a single op amp DIP 8 chip? Should probably quit talking and sounding dumb. Could have swore. I don't do a lot of this stuff enough to keep it fresh in my mind. But got some Motorola chips there. Don't recognize that logo. Nothing too interesting. A EEPROM sticker over it. There should be a window under there. It feels like there's a little minor detent. So you can erase it using UV light. And some giant Intel branded chip there with, wow, copyright 1980. Yeah, 1980. This thing's ancient. Probably older than I am. But yeah, Intel chip there, P80C31BH. Kind of shame it's going to scrap. It's probably fancy piece history, but yeah, all through-hole soldering. Some fuses here for surge protection, I'm guessing, or actually, it's probably power input. And this housing, basically got a card edge connector inside of there, and you can see deep in there is a transformer. It's clipped together, so I think I should be able to just unclip this apart. I might have to get further in. I don't think I'm going to be able. I might be able to push on it from the side here to release it. Oh, there we go. Probably should have been wearing safety glasses for that. I'm going to get blasted in the face. Switch. But yeah, nothing special. Just a transformer and some filter caps. Full bridge rectifier there. Looks like some resistors and germanium diodes. And this transistor here is probably stepping the voltage down to whatever it needs to be. How to remove this heatsink. It's a TIP 117. Not sure what this switch does. It might select, can't tell. Those resistors I think are, no, they're different. It might be a voltage selector or something, just in case this is running on a different input voltage. It's not going to switch like what the, if it's a voltage selector, it's not going to switch like what this is taking in. This is just going to take whatever it gets, because I believe this will be on the output side. But I would assume it switches like the resistance values or something to change the output voltage. Yeah, this switches a lot of pins on that switch. And this card edge connector is not fully populated. Just enough to connect to what it needs to do. Screw going through the bottom to hold the transformer in. I suppose they might have been worried it's going to vibrate or fall out of place, even though this is probably a stationary unit. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. I didn't notice this RJ45 connector. It's kind of fun how this little back plate here is just a PCB with some silk screen on it. No copper or anything. Put a rivet through it for cable management, but otherwise, nice little terminal block there. Doubled up pins, probably for strength purposes. Because you have a terminal block this big with single row pins, it'd be really wobbly, versus this is very stable. I don't see anything indicating though that it would take 2 different wires per row, and looks like all these are bridged together anyways. So, I don't know. Interesting device. Probably a fun piece of history that did something interesting back in its day. But hopefully you found that interesting, and thanks for watching.